The Star Wars series.
Hi, this is our second part.
Part
of
2.
Our
Second part 2.
series.
Episode 21.
We're covering
Season 2. Episode
4,
2,
5,
1,
6
part
of Star
2.
Wars. The original trilogy.
Yeah, we're hitting the original trilogy today.
Is that a fucking bird outside?
It's a mockingbird,
Okay.
and it will not shut up. And it's made mortal enemies with my cat,
Yes. Ray.
Ray. Named after Ray from the sequel movies.
From Star Wars.
She was a vagrant living in the middle of a field, and I saved her, and then she almost turned to the dark side and killed me. So
Accidents happen.
accidents do happen.
Everyone's redeemable.
my
from
cat
the
just
dark
killed a
side.
bird the other day.
Oh, holy crap.
Proud.
Nice.
He kills bluebirds a lot.
That's cool.
Well, at
No,
least
it's
he's not
not.
killing cardinals.
Well, I think he's trying to because we have a bunch of cardinals out there, and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
worried.
It's not good.
And
It's bad juju.
I'm like, well, bad juju, and I think it's a crime.
Well, as long as you don't kill a seagull, you might be okay, and you won't get trapped on an island with Willem Dafoe.
Whatever happens, happens. There aren't too many seagulls around here, though.
No,
Lighthouse.
too far
I
inland.
usually have to go to a zoo. You
What?
know.
They have seagulls at the zoo?
Maybe.
Oh, anyway, okay.
I mean, that's a good question. Do they keep seagulls at zoos? Do they keep boring animals? Because I was wondering. We went to the zoo in St. Louis this past weekend. It's a free
Ew.
zoo.
Can you imagine going to
It
the
was
zoo
great.
and they have a dog, a cat, a hamster?
Well,
This is Spot.
there's no like real in-depth North America exhibit. Like they have an Asia and an Africa exhibit that
Yeah.
has like all the animals. Like, and we were talking in other continents. Do they have like an in-depth America exhibit that has like possums and armadillos and like the stuff that we see every day that's boring as fuck?
Fucking honey badger.
Like, right, you know, like, or a wolverine, a caribou, a white-tailed deer,
A squirrel.
a squirrel. Like, is there a squirrel in a zoo exhibit
Oh, I'm
somewhere in
sure.
China? You know, like,
They're like, they have these air rats everywhere.
yeah.
The North American air rat. Tree rat.
Tree rat,
It's
yeah.
actually the gray squirrel and the red squirrel. Those are the two squirrel varieties that populate most of planet Earth.
Okay, so without further...
And gray squirrels are actually taking over. Just to let
Nonsense.
you know.
Hey, I don't see a
is that?
timer going over there.
No, there's a
Yeah,
timer.
bottom left.
There's a timer right there.
There's that.
I didn't set that one.
Yeah. So,
It's okay.
without further ado,
Well, then how are
your
you gonna...
Thursday morning brew here at 5 for you
Did you just come up with that?
on the spot. That was
Nice.
pretty fucking good.
That was pretty cool.
I'm Hayden.
This is Tanner.
And Chris B, howdy howdy. Let's get rowdy.
I'm so proud of myself. Intro. Da-da-da-da-da.
We'll use that. We'll use the Star Wars intro again.
Oh, yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So,
Here we are.
last week, or week before last, when we did the first Star Wars episode, we then spent
For
like
May. They came out in
2
June.
hours or more
Filming.
making those lightsaber videos.
That was so fun.
That was so fun. We got a little carried away.
Yeah.
I wonder what my neighbors were thinking.
Oh,
We were having so much fun.
Like, look at them having so much fun.
Well, it's a bunch of old people around here.
That's true.
You guys are the youngest people in the neighborhood.
Well, they're probably
I think
used
so.
to it because we did it 10 years ago.
They just think
with
we
the-
never aged.
Yeah, they're like, they're just getting fancier because we had just the
Yeah.
regular plastic ones.
Like,
They
these
did light up, though. The plastic ones lit up.
No.
Some of them did.
Yeah, some of them did.
Well, I was poor. We got the regular old plastic.
Well, it just had the light at the very bottom and
Yeah.
lit up the whole tube.
But it still did the little
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Which is
just the plastic ones that didn't light up were the funnest.
because you could fight with them.
Yeah,
You can
big
beat
time.
the absolute shit
Yeah.
out of each other with them.
Yeah, I've lost many a knuckle on that.
Speaking of which, I just bought one the other day.
You lost your
for
knuckles?
a saber for my, I would say, cousin. It's my uncle's child.
Okay.
Is that a cousin?
It's like a once or twice removed cousin.
Okay.
No.
I don't
Anyway.
understand.
Well, little
the-
Lewis, I
the-
bought him a saber, but it's a buildable saber.
Ooh.
You can put the
Oh.
kyber crystal in there.
I've seen those.
Is it like a box, like a
Yeah.
kit?
It came in like the normal setup that you would get like the regular saber
okay,
in, but
okay.
it was in pieces. Like you build the hilt. I thought it was really
That's
cool.
pretty neat. Yeah, they didn't have that when we were young.
Yeah, no, they had one where it came with like a couple of different pieces.
I don't remember.
I got one for Christmas one
Oh,
year.
okay. Because I know I just had the ejectable. The fanciest one I had was the one that was spring loaded. That
Ooh,
shot
I
up
didn't
by
have one of
itself.
those.
It didn't have lights, I don't think, or
But I would like
noise,
to buy,
but it was
like,
spring loaded.
We didn't have that
3
kind
of
of
the
technology.
buildable ones and like build like a crazy looking saber.
Right.
Kind of
Well-
like how you can do with the Nerf guns. The Nerf guns,
Oh man,
you
Nerf.
can interchange the parts on those, and that's pretty dope.
It's
Oh, that's
Nerf or
pretty sick.
nothing, buddy.
Oh, where you can like click off the front. Take
Yeah.
The stock. Yeah, I've seen those.
They got the
Those are cool.
scopes and all that stuff. I wish Nerf,
Nerf guns
was.
go pretty hard.
I wish
took
Nerf
one of
was
Barrett's
cooler and cheaper.
pistols and turned it into like a 5-foot long. Like I added
Yeah.
like 3 stocks onto it, and the barrel attachments just kept going. So I stole them off of all of his other ones.
So you had like a long range Nerf sniper.
Yes,
I had a Nerf
from
sniper.
a pistol.
That's cool.
Yeah, Nerf sniper and a Nerf machine gun.
So how would we rank 4, 5, 6?
Chris is just jumping into it.
Episode 4, top tier. Then 5, then 6. I know it's a pretty boring ranking.
I
So
agree.
you would go,
And it's kind of inverted from my prequel ranking.
right.
So I thought the prequels were better as they went, and the OT I like them a little less as they go.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm one of those few that doesn't hold Empire Strikes Back as top god tier Star Wars.
There wasn't too much violence, I feel, in Episode 6 compared to 4 and 5.
I feel like
there was more violence in 4 and 5 than 6.
4, there wasn't a whole lot of. There was a lot of shooting.
Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
There's a lot of shooting, and that's the only one where you actually see blood in a Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
When Obi-Wan gets in that little bar fight and he just cuts that guy's arm off.
Yeah, the arm.
Yeah.
And there's the arm laying on the ground. There's blood all over the place.
That was the only.
That's the only
Yep.
time.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems like something. I
Well,
would know.
until you see some blood in The Force Awakens after Kylo Ren gets shot and he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
got blood coming out of him somehow.
'Cause
Blood
of the
doesn't make
shot.
sense in Star Wars.
Apparently
Everybody should
not.
just
Like, 'cause
die.
the
Everything should be
blaster-
cauterized instantly.
Exactly. Like if you get shot
And
with a blaster,
sabers too.
get cut with a saber, get shot with a blaster, it should be cauterized.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
Okay.
no, yeah, I'll go 4, top, then 5, then 6.
What makes 4 the favorite?
Is it the beginning?
Is it the beginning? Is it the story of the boy transforming to
What?
the quote-unquote warrior?
It just has everything I want in a
okay.
Star Wars movie.
I
In
don't
a
see
Star
him
Wars movie,
transition at all in 4.
He says,
he blows up the Death Star.
yeah.
Yeah.
Luke blows up the Death Star, and he starts out the movie being a whiny kid on a farm.
He transitions from a child to
Yeah.
a warrior.
That's typical kids from Arkansas going into basic training.
But we don't have any Death Stars.
No.
I watched this video about jungle training, and for the United States military, and there was a guy that they were interviewing. He's like, they were like, "Why did you join the military?" And he looked at them, and he's like, "You guys probably aren't going to like this answer. I just wanted to kill stuff, and by stuff, I mean other people." And they
I just want to commit legal murder.
exactly that's what this motherfucker was saying.
Yeah.
He lives in Hawaii full time. He just got sent to the Philippines. So
That reminds me
that motherfucker's on the front lines if
of
anything happens.
the old YouTube videos of the G.I. Joe action figure therapy of Jungle when he's like, "You ever shot a machine gun on peyote? Fucking badass. I love my job."
Okay, Hayden, how would you rank the original trilogy?
I believe I agree with you on that. I hate to agree with you a second time, but
Yeah.
but I mean the first one is the best. You have that transition, really finds out
who Luke was destined to be, even though he doesn't know. Like, I'm trying to imagine it.
It's one of, if the only Star Wars movie that stands completely on its own.
I also agree with that.
Like, that movie could exist in a vacuum.
Like, if they
Probably
only
because-
It'll be
made
fine.
episode 4...
Well, they didn't know how if
Yeah.
it was going to make any money.
Yeah.
If they only made episode 4, it could stay. Like, 5 and 6, like, you really got to have the background information to kind of find out. Episode 5, love it. Good snow battles.
You get to see a Wampa.
You can see a Wampa. There's some PETA action when they take out the Tauntaun there.
Is that PETA?
PETA would get involved if it was a real animal.
Oh, where Han
Yeah.
slices it open.
Yeah.
Yeah, to save Luke.
Yeah, the warmth of the animal.
Yeah.
And then let's see.
They smelled a lot. I thought they smelled bad.
And really,
On the outside.
On the outside.
that was
yeah.
one of my favorite battles. Was the Battle of Hoth.
The Battle of Hoth.
It was
Battle of
very,
Hoth.
it was very good because on Star Wars Battlefront 2, that's some of the locations you can fight at are on Hoth.
Yeah.
And I mean, I always loved fighting there.
Yeah.
You know, because you could always fly,
You could get in the speeder and go and
wrap
the
up the
legs up.
AT-ATs,
Yeah.
or you could be an AT-AT driver, like,
yeah, and
you
just
know,
blast
and
shit.
just blast shit. Like,
Yeah.
it was a really, really fun for it. If episode 4 wasn't on this list, episode 5 would be first place. But,
Yeah.
you know. And
Yeah,
then
no, I mean, it's
episode 6, just the closeout to a trilogy. You know, they were done. They weren't really...
if it wasn't
What?
for the Ewoks,
That
that
epis-
would be my favorite.
You don't like the Ewoks?
I hate the Ewoks.
Why?
Okay, so that's where it's at.
That's
because see, I would put I'm 6'5'4"
Really?
because of the Ewoks.
You like the Ewoks?
I was between 5 and 6 being my top because of the Ewoks. There's like little Vietnamese to me. Like if the stormtroopers are in Vietnam, they're like the trees are speaking.
Okay, that's what you mean. Okay,
Yes.
I see. They're guerrilla fighters.
Yes,
Well,
Like,
that's
okay.
some of the
but their
information-
tactics are Vietnamese style. Like when we came into Vietnam, we're guns blazing,
Are
and
you
then we're
trying
getting.
to identify me as American?
I'm just saying, we came over. The stormtroopers came over there, and they were getting taken out with sticks and stones, just like the Americans were taken out by bamboo shit traps.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't look at it like that. I just don't like the cutesiness.
That's the greatest thing about it. They're so cute.
No, fuck you. No.
And then all of a sudden, let's stick to the base.
I think the whole ending could have been better.
The party scene.
No, this is where we disagree. Take the Ewoks out of the movie. Well, I think it's a tie-up of what is in that movie versus what could have been in that movie, and what they
Agree.
wanted to do. What George Lucas wanted to do initially was I'm jumbling here. That to be the Wookiee planet
Yeah.
instead of
Kashyyyk.
Ewoks.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be an army of Wookiees, but they
What's the name of that
couldn't
planet?
cost effectively
No. The Ewok planet.
Endor.
Endor,
Or the
yes,
forest
Endor.
moon of Endor.
Endor,
Yeah.
yes.
It's yeah. It doesn't actually have a name. It's just a moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The forest moon.
Man,
of
The
it.
forest moon of Endor.
Can you
Kashyyyk
imagine
would've been
a
a
forest
good-
planet being a moon?
Wow. So
The forest
cool.
moon.
I would live on the forest moon of Endor.
We do. Literally Arkansas. I mean, I know it was filmed in the California
Yeah.
redwoods, but look around here, man. We live in Endor.
That's funny.
As close as we can get.
But I mean,
Without being cold.
dude, like
That's no moon.
that
that's
could
forest.
have been an army of Wookiees taking on the Empire. That would have been so much more
Way
badass than the
dope.
little fucking teddy bears running around in the woods.
It would have been cool, but we've already seen that. And it didn't end well.
On Kashyyyk?
We got a little taste of it, and then we played the... Oh, which one was that you could fight as the Wookiees?
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Was it Star Wars Battlefront
You could
2?
do that, yeah,
Yeah.
on 2.
It didn't end well. The Wookiees lost.
Well, yeah.
But that's in a game, Chris. We're talking
Well,
about the movie.
Obviously,
Wookiees
the
would
They
have
were
been
going
way
to win.
better.
Obviously, the Ewoks did
It would have been
better.
way more terrifying.
I think the...
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine a Wookiee ripping just Stormtroopers' arms off?
Yeah, that's what I want.
That would have been cool.
That's what I want, man.
That-
but,
no,
but
trust
we got
me,
little
I also-
a
teddy
rated
bears with
R
sticks.
Star Wars. Let's just time out for a second and talk about a rated R Star Wars franchise series. Like,
I wish.
fuck yes.
I wish we got a actually.
I watched a interview with the Hobbits from Lord of the Rings, and they're talking about, they're like, it's PG-13, but we didn't use any curse words. They're like, can you imagine where we could have said fuck? He's like, there's so many. They were like redoing scenes.
So many opportunities.
They were redoing scenes, and they're like, can you imagine like Gandalf just, here comes Borlock.
Balrog?
Or yeah, Balrog, I'm sorry. Balrog.
I wouldn't know how to say
And
that.
Balrog of Morgoth?
Yeah, and he's just like, fuck.
Do you guys follow Airplane
You
Facts with
shall
Max?
not fucking pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
the aircraft mechanic, yeah.
Who drops the Lord of the Rings
What
facts?
makes this light different from the light that Frodo got from Galadriel? yeah, no. This light wasn't... Yeah.
But yeah,
fucking
I
love
love
that
it, I love
guy.
But yeah, rated R Star Wars, just,
Well,
The
like,
closest we get is Andor.
Yes.
yeah.
Andor is pretty gritty.
because there are so many opportunities in the series for more violence.
Oh,
more, I mean, just even like the touch of light nudity in some places. Like to really make you feel
I could have
like
used
you're
a touch
in
of light
certain
nudity on
locations.
Jabba's sand barge.
Right,
Like,
that's
that's what-
exactly what
like,
I was
that's-
thinking.
Not specifically
The
Princess
slave
Leia,
princess.
but like
I know,
the
I know.
idea of putting it in the grimy, dirty locations that they are. Like
Oh.
this is the underbelly of
Why are all
the
these women so
galaxy.
fully dressed? It's such
Exactly.
a dirty place, and they're fully dressed.
some more violence, language. You know, these aren't wholesome
Alien
people.
boobs, space boobs.
Yeah, you ever seen
They had so many
Total
opportunities
Recall?
for
That chick had 3 boobs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In
yeah.
both the new and the old movie. Fun
Interesting.
fact. Chris,
It's not really a fun fact. We all know.
Chris, anything you want to say about the movies?
What
Which
makes
one?
4 on the bottom of the list for you?
Yeah.
I'm not saying 4 is terrible. I'm just saying I enjoyed 6 and 5 more.
Okay.
That's fair. I think the Emperor Palpatine murder scene could have been better in Episode 6.
No, I enjoyed it very much so. How could it have been better?
I mean,
He was thrown down a reactor.
yeah, there was no fighting from him. Like, I understand he was old and decrepit and everything,
No. I don't
but
think
he
it
is
was
the most powerful Sith Lord in the universe.
I think if they would have redone 6 now, I think there would have been more fighting. I think it would have been like 3.
that's fair.
Could you imagine, like, Luke taking on the Emperor and Vader in a
Oh my
fight?
god! Or the Emperor taking on Vader and Luke.
Ooh, that would be good shit.
Like
That would be
at
good
first, Vader's about to take down Luke, and then he hears Obi-Wan saying, "Use the Force."
As if he wouldn't know that by movie 6.
He would.
God.
He would.
He's like, use the Force. And he's like, oh yeah!
And then
Oh, yeah.
No, Obi-Wan's saying that to Anakin, and then Anakin uses the Force to stop Emperor Palpatine from manipulating his mind with the Force.
He's not being manipulated.
Yeah. The fuck?
I'm trying to add a new layer to the movie series.
He's not being
You're
manipulated.
not.
I know
adding
that, but I
anything.
want to make it where he's being manipulated. Like, it could have been a huge, crazy episode ender.
So,
Sidious was not using a Jedi mind trick
I wish.
on Vader for
no.
For his whole
30 years.
Oh man, could you imagine though?
So, the ending of 6, Vader had been in that spot before.
Yeah. There was a video that I watched about,
I think we may have watched the same video.
it was Vader had a vision.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vader's
of,
visions?
Of his downfall. And if he would have acted like selfishly or something like that in saving Luke and saving himself, but the way, because he did it selflessly for once in his life.
He saved himself.
He saved him, or yeah, he got the good ending. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why he took off his mask and killed himself.
I think he was already going down.
I think he was going to die too.
Yeah. I mean,
That much electricity.
He got fried.
Yeah, that much electricity. I
Well,
mean,
the taking off of his helmet, it didn't really matter because his air
system, had
Yeah.
already
Oh, it was
failed.
like the little respirator.
Yeah.
his respirator, and also every
I mean, there's just a
30 minutes
control
an hour,
board in there.
and injected him with a morphine. His
Oh.
suit was designed to inject because he was constantly in pain from the burn.
Have you?
So he got morphine shot, and he had the respirator.
You've
So
seen
his
that
respirator was
blueprint thing?
shot.
The blueprint. thing.
I have like this blueprint book that has all the blueprints for like
Oh, yes.
the
yes,
Millennium
yes, yes.
Falcon and X-wing Darth
Yeah, it's
Vader
cool
and
book.
stuff like that. Yeah, so it breaks that down.
because he only lost a robotic arm. It was just the frying of his.
I mean,
Yeah.
think about how much electricity that was in his just for a phone computer board. You know, that's
And he's hooked up with so much metal.
oh
Like,
yeah.
I mean, that would mess you up just like just a normal
You think
human
it's best
body.
car?
He's a, no.
Only his gloves.
His gloves are best car
Yes,
His gloves are best car?
yes. That's
He got his hand cut off. By
at
Luke.
the wrist.
it's at the wrist. Like it's literally right in front of that is all Beskar because he can grab lightsabers. There's a canon about that.
You want me to look it up?
I know he can force grab a lightsaber.
He can
Like-
force grab it. He can actually, and so like if his hand
He can
gets
actually
hit,
grab one?
he can actually grab one.
That's nuts.
And then if one hits his hand in the middle of a fight,
But
but Luke got him like right after the Beskar.
All right, pumped it into Google. Let's see what pops up.
That's nuts. There was a fight in. So if anybody out there listening to this has plans to play Jedi Survivor, skip forward about 30 seconds because there's a spoiler. So there's a fight between Seer, who is like one of your masters in the Jedi games. She ends up fighting Vader in Survivor
Okay.
and loses. But there's this part where she takes a swing at him and he just holds the lightsaber.
Yeah.
And it was nuts. It was nuts. It was so cool. But then he killed
Well,
her, so.
I mean, just like in the Obi-Wan series, when Sister 3, what is her name?
Reva.
Yeah,
Reva.
Yeah, when she's trying to fight Vader, he's literally he's like, no.
No.
Just, yeah, she
I
is
love
fighting him
that.
and then he just takes her saber, breaks it in half, and he's like, here, I'm not even going to bother
Ow.
fighting you with my own saber.
It's made of the majority of his outfit: obsidian, durasteel, which is his helmet,
cool.
breastplate, combat boots; plastisteel, which is the helmet; and plastoid, which is the girdle. I've seen a lot of other. I'm looking at the Star Wars fandom
The Wikipedia. Yeah.
right now, but there was a lot of other questions asking about Beskar for gloves, as it is not specifically stated.
I know where I read that.
That'd be smart of them.
I know, right? Vader's armor inspired fear and terror across the galaxy during the era of the Galactic Empire.
Yeah, I mean, he just...
Yeah.
Rogue One. Can we, since we're talking about the original trilogy, can we lump Rogue One in there?
That would be number one movie.
Number one?
Number one.
You would
Beats out
hold that...
beats out number 4.
You hold Rogue One better than any OT movie?
Yeah.
So the glove
Hot
of
take.
Darth Vader was a Mandalorian crush gaunt fitted around one Lord Skier Khan's indestructible Sith amulets. The gauntlet was worn by Darth Vader upon his hands, although both gloves for Darth Vader's armor contained micronized Mandalorian armor Beskar.
Oh, that's cool.
So there are gloves off a fallen foe.
It was apparently they were Sith amulets.
Okay.
Amulets, yeah.
So
Amulets.
yeah,
Yes.
someone else had the items beforehand before he received them.
He did use a lot of like Sith artifacts, and it
Yeah.
gets into that in like the Darth Vader comics.
Yeah.
There was this great Sith architect, ancient dude, and his essence was trapped in this mask, which is in the comics I'll let you borrow.
Yeah.
And he was the one who helped Vader build his castle on Mustafar. Which, fun fact, Vader's castle sits right atop
A volcano.
where he lost the fight with Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where he built
Really?
it. Mm-hmm.
That's the exact location.
Yeah.
Exact
How
location.
fucking wild.
Yeah, so he put it there just so he could stay pissed off.
Yeah. He's like, I lost my arm and my leg right here.
Uh-huh.
Legs.
He said legs.
I was gonna say
Arm and
something.
legs.
Yeah. Episode 3.5, if we want to call it that.
3.5, Rogue One.
3.5 Rogue One. A way better episode. Without that episode, there would be no 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
What?
With everything that happened in
Yeah.
Rogue One.
I understand that.
But,
Like Rogue One.
but we knew the plot of Rogue One in the opening crawl of the first Star Wars.
Yeah.
We
But
Like,
knew it happened
literally,
in
that
episode
is the
4.
plot of Rogue One.
yeah, but if that plot would have never been carried out, there would be no need to. They would be still trying to blow up the Death Star. Would
Right, no, I mean, yeah, I mean,
no,
it's
they wouldn't
important.
even know about the
the
Death
swamp
Star.
hole.
The Death Star probably would have blown up everything before they even knew about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because it was a total secret.
Luke would be dead,
Like,
Ben would be dead,
100%.
It was 100% secret. Like, the Galactic Senate didn't even know about this
Aunt
thing.
Beru would be alive, and Uncle Owen. They would make it off planet. It
What
would
do you mean they would
change.
make it off planet?
It would change their whole thing.
Well, the
they-
reason the stormtroopers that were there in the first place is because R2 ran off with the
Yeah.
Death Star
Yeah.
plans.
Right, I know. But you said they made it off planet.
No, they would make it off planet if.
Why would they
The
make
Death
it
Star
off
wasn't-
planet?
They would have never left their farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing would ever happen, and they would have lived happily ever after.
Yeah,
100.
they
There
would
is
never
that fan
blow it
theory
off.
that the rebels are like low key the bad guys,
I've
and
read
put
that. Yeah.
and put the galaxy in like quadrillions of debt because the Death Star was blown up. Yeah,
All that taxpayer money wasted.
wasted.
Like, yeah, that the rebels totally fucked the system.
They're like, no, it's fine. They're like, the Death Star was made to destroy asteroids before they
Yeah, like,
planet killer asteroids.
And it makes total sense because like you look at the immaculance that is in the prequels before the Empire took over. And then everything turns shitty during the Empire, and as we saw in the sequels, everything stayed shitty.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, the only other planet that looked even as good as Coruscant, as far as like fanciness or high class or anything like that, was that casino planet.
Alderaan looked pretty good too. It had trees and stuff.
Alderaan was,
It was supposed to be the bougie planet.
It was the hipster planet.
Yeah, the hipster planet, the
It was-
conservation.
Alderaan was the hipster
trees.
planet. It was all about
Lakes.
sure?
Yeah.
yeah.
Alderan's the hipster planet.
It
It's
is.
the hipster planet?
It is.
Because
It's
it-
like the Washington.
It's like the Alderaan is the Portland of the galaxy.
See, I would
Except
say
without all the homeless
Alderaan
people.
was almost like Naboo, just a little bit fancier. They didn't have the fish people.
No.
No,
Alderaan would be closer to like Coruscant, but with 1 billion times more conservation.
All of their socially on Alderaan,
Yeah.
it was all about the arts and technology and intelligence,
Steam.
like a hippie's dream.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have any. The planet didn't have any
I
weapons.
guess seeing
nothing.
The Obi-Wan where
goal.
Leia was running around like through
Exactly.
the forest, yeah, it just made me think more of a Naboo style.
Sorry, it's Alderaan.
What do you mean Naboo style?
Well, you have like the palace and everything like that, but you still have like
You mean like
Beautiful.
aesthetically?
yeah,
Okay, yeah. I mean they're similar kind of aesthetically, like
Right.
But
I think that's just the grandiose architecture of the like.
that's just it's
of
because
the
it's a sci-fi
bourgeoisie,
movie.
Yeah.
It's because it's a sci-fi movie. But no, yeah, no, that was their total focus, and that's why Bale chilled there is because it's like nobody would suspect me here as he's
Right.
hoarding a bunch of weapons on this
And
hipster
money
planet.
and
Yeah, he's leading the rebel from the hipster planet. Yeah, nobody would have guessed. Like hiding
what a good
Luke
spot though.
right.
in Anakin's old home,
The desert.
the desert. Yeah,
What would a bad
right under
place.
their nose
I know
the whole time.
the whole time.
Good
So,
shit.
yeah.
So,
That's how we feel about it.
where would you put 6 if it had Wookiees instead of?
Oh, it'll be number one.
Yeah.
It would be number 1.
Yeah.
So that is why
I don't know if I
It
agree
takes
with
it
that,
down
but-
that much for me because I can't stand the damn
Okay.
Ewoks.
Yeah. So 5, I like the Hoth scene.
Then you got Yoda training him.
Yeah,
Like,
that's really good. That's
Yoda's
all 5,
still in
right?
his freaking old wise man, cool shit. Yes.
Yeah, that automatically makes.
But
it
no,
better
I
than
mean
6.
6. You have Jabba's palace.
The barge.
Love it.
Yeah, the sand barge.
Yeah, you have the sandbar.
The battle over the Sarlacc pit, amazing.
Yeah.
Yoda just like
Dying.
pieces out.
He's like,
I know. He's
no, he
like,
just, Luke just keeps giving him questions. He's like, I'm going to sleep now.
what is it?
That's me with my kids.
He's like, oh my god.
Han
Just
Solo
rolls
kills,
over and
Boba.
dies.
Boba Fett in the backpack. That's how he kills him. What a fucking awful death,
Boba Fett did not die.
quote unquote death,
he just got eaten by the Sarlacc.
for thousands of years.
Did you not watch Book of Boba
I
Fett?
did. Yeah.
He got shit
Okay.
out like 2 hours later.
Dude looked rough too.
Yeah, he did. Good thing he was saved by those indigenous people.
Yeah, I feel
sand
like
people?
6
The
was
sand
a
people?
solid. It was a solid.
It is.
movie.
I just can't
Yeah.
stand the Ewoks. Like that's how
Wow.
deep that
That is
cut.
Just
is.
like Boba Fett, his
4
whole fight scene could.
4 was a cool start to it all. Not hating on 4.
Best
4 was
movie.
great.
it also
But
ranks.
4, 5, and 6.
Look, objectively, I realize that 4 is like the weakest because there's like the least. I mean, you have a Death Star, but like the stakes are lower.
Yeah.
Right, everything's on a smaller scale, but it was the first Star Wars movie I saw.
Right.
So that's why it ranks so high for me. Like, if you want my subjective ranking is 4, 5, 6.
Right.
My objective ranking 5, 6, 4. I would say. What?
I'm just gonna stick with
My
what I'm
whole
saying.
entire wedding theme was based off of The Empire Strikes Back. I love you. I know. I'm talking about like all the theming of the
Right.
cups. I'm talking really about the cups.
I know. That's literally just the cups.
The cups.
No, the whole
The
wedding.
cups were from episode 6.
Very nebu.
Huh, I need to go grab one of those. I'll go grab one of those.
Yeah.
real quick.
Go grab one of the cups. So, yeah, but
You know what we didn't talk about last episode?
What?
we totally forgot to talk about when we were talking about episode 2?
What?
Anakin slaughtering the Sand People.
What a fucked up scene.
We totally...
Glazed over that.
When I was editing the episode down, I realized I was like, we did not talk about that
We'll have to talk about that on the next
At all.
episode.
on the next episode.
Yeah, because we're already at 30 minutes.
the women. Not just the men, but the women and the children, too.
Children, too. I hate them.
I hate them. 6 is superior. 5 is good.
I disagree.
4 does not have the fight scenes that I want.
I overall think the Star Wars franchise should be remade better.
I don't think so. I think they nailed it. I think it's great for what it is.
Especially with all the deep fake stuff that's coming in. They could really fucking pop up 4, 5, and 6.
One of my favorite YouTube fan films is the remake of Episode 4 where they redid
yeah.
the Obi-Wan Darth Vader fight scene.
With
Oh, that reimagined fight
Yeah.
between them?
Unreal Engine,
that was
right?
really dope.
I don't know how they made it.
Oh, okay. Well,
but
did
I
they
wish they
use
would
Unreal Engine?
incorporate that into
have
the
no
movie.
idea.
Oh, okay. We were talking about them redoing 4, 5, 6 with the modern CGI and deep fakes and stuff like that.
Cool.
Great cup. I have like
Great
6
cup.
of them at my
I have
house.
4 and my kids love it.
Me and Carrie somehow wound up with the least amount.
Oh, well, you
Right.
should just order a whole other
Of
pack because
everybody.
I'd like some more.
It wouldn't be the same.
They wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
Those
but
are
they weren't
nostalgic.
there.
So,
They weren't blessed.
I think that's it for our episode.
Is it? I was hoping for more arguments.
What do you want to argue about? I'll
Yeah,
sit
we
here all
pretty much-
day and argue about Star Wars.
4 was not better than 5 and 6.
Yeah, it was.
Don't think so.
I want to hear Hayden's argument. Go ahead, Hayden.
I mean, it's one of the
Let her
only,
rip.
only movies that could be standalone, as Tanner had stated.
I feel like Phantom Menace could be a standalone.
We're just talking about these 3 movies right now. Come on. We're not comparing them all to each other. We're comparing 3 against the 3.
I feel like 5 could be a standalone.
You need so much
You-
more
you-
background
no, you don't.
information.
We get that all the time.
Anyway.
Dude. Han is literally carried off in a frozen block at the end of the movie. You don't
Yeah.
know what happens to him.
You don't need to. Yeah,
Yes,
you,
you do!
you would be
5
pissed.
ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, you'd be pissed, but it could be.
You could say the same thing
telling
about
me that
episode
4?
2.
You tell me 4 isn't a cliffhanger?
No.
No, 4 gets wrapped up. They blow up the Death Star and go home.
I feel like
They all get medals.
They all get
Yeah,
medals.
they all get medals.
Except Chewie.
Right? They totally fucked it.
He didn't get a medal.
You know why? 'Cause
He
he's
didn't get
an
a medal
animal.
until the Rise of Skywalker.
well, because they came standard with the necklace
How
that wouldn't
shame.
fit on him.
What a
Yeah,
shame. That 40 years later, he gets a medal.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
Yep.
we didn't forget about you, buddy.
After going to war for that fucking...
For that long, he finally
I
got a medal.
know.
That was
yeah.
like a blink for him. The man's 100. The Wookiee is 115 years old.
Yeah. Han is like Chewie's third dog.
Yes.
I saw that,
Yes.
that meme.
That's
Like,
so good.
Chewie's 200, Han is like 20
Yeah.
in the Solo movie. It's like Han is just Chewie's third
Could
dog.
you
Yeah.
imagine living to 200 years old?
No,
The
I
time
would hate it.
scale would be totally different for our lives.
I would hate it.
We would only be an eighth of the way through our lives.
Almost like Grogu.
Ew.
He's 50 and he's a baby still.
Yeah, he's a taller and he's
Yeah.
52 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the government would probably send us to school for so long if we lived to 200.
The government would send us to school?
Yeah.
I wish the government sent me to school so then they'd pay for it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
drowning in student
Yeah, we
loans.
probably have to go to. Oh.
Fuck that. Sounds awful.
So yeah, I
don't have a lot of things to say about it. I mean,
I think I'm right. Hayden's statement about the order of rankings of the movies is correct.
That's your opinion, and
Yes.
you're entitled to it.
And that's what I was saying.
everybody's
And my
entitled.
opinion is you're wrong.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, even if you're
Wrong.
blatantly wrong, like Chris.
No.
Obviously, he
Who
is.
thinks episode 6 is better than 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah. 6 is solid.
What makes 6 good? Or
The
better
Jabba's,
than 5?
I like the Jabba scene. I like the Sarlacc scene, which
Sandbarge.
ties into that one.
Right.
I love the ending.
But as far as like openers, you get the sandbarge and that little skirmish on the sandbarge, but 5 literally opens with the Battle of Hoth.
I know.
How that's so good.
Yeah, I'm not hating on 5. 5 was really good.
But you're saying 6 is better than 5.
Oh, 100%.
But if we're stacking them up neck to neck,
I didn't like the ending of 5. How dare they do that to Han?
No, that's the best.
Also,
it's
did
the
y'all
best, man. You like
I
it's
also
A smuggler who owes people money,
finally caught up to him?
freezing him in a block when he's finally falling in love,
he thought that his buddy
and given
was his
to the Empire.
Yeah.
his buddy did him dirty, and then not only did,
Lando?
Lando had to. He had a knife to his throat.
he didn't have to. Also, Lando
had to.
also wore Han's clothes.
Oh, at the end of 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
How dare you rat your buddy out and then steal his clothes and then take back your lost ship?
Yeah, that you lost to him fair and square.
What
Hey,
a piece of
he's
shit.
just holding on to it for him.
Lando's a piece of shit.
Lando
I
was
can agree.
really
Lando's a bad
slimy in episode 5.
I agree. He was not a good person.
He
No.
was not a good person.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
don't think he's a great person overall. He's just a businessman, a very unprofessional businessman.
He's a slimy gangster, but I kind of like that.
I prefer
5
businessman.
5 gives the famous "No, I am your father" line.
Weak scene.
You think that was a weak scene? It was so. No, you killed him.
I don't know if Hayden's just like throwing
He's
I'm
just
throwing
throwing
shade right now.
He,
Throwing
is-
that.
shade like
he just wants to be a negative Nancy.
the
I-
biggest plot twist in film history.
I agree with that.
It really was, because up to that point, you thought that Vader had killed Luke's actual father, and then da-da-da-da, you've been M. Night Shyamalama Ding Donged.
Amazing location. They're out on that fucking walkway.
He's hanging off an antenna.
He can't
Yeah.
turn around. You know, Vader
I want
is
to know who
there.
installed that fucking antenna.
Why?
It was up to
Oh,
OSHA
the
standards,
one he's
bro.
dangling on at the bottom? They probably just put a ship up there and they just bolted it up.
Used his lightsaber and just welded it. Just
Yeah, I was like, is that a weld or a bolt-on job?
like damn good.
But like,
held the
Held up,
full
yeah.
full weight.
what a
Because
setup.
Luke was falling, like free falling. He was just
Caught
Those
it.
tubes and caught it.
Yeah.
You think he used the Force to catch it?
He could barely lift a lightsaber out of the snow. I don't think he used the Force to
What a weak character.
pull himself through the air.
One of the longest debates was where the hand for the Addams family came from.
It's Luke's hand.
And
And it's
people
Luke's hand.
People said it's Luke's hand, but it's actually from the Evil Dead. It's Ash's hand.
You believe that?
Because it's alive. Because obviously Luke doesn't have the Force, so it's not just going to be walking around.
I mean, aren't there
That
midichlorians
hand
in the
would have
blood of the hand?
Yeah, he would have midichlorians in his hand.
Yeah, but wasn't it in episode 9?
What?
His hand.
No,
Didn't the Emperor have his hand?
no.
I'm pretty sure it was
I
in one of those
also
tubes.
have a side subject to
Nope.
discuss. So, when Luke got his hand cut off,
Yep.
they put on a bionic hand.
Mhm.
And there's no longer midichlorians flowing through the blood of his hand.
Yep.
Can that hand...
Yeah, he still uses the Force with it.
But how do you how do you project it?
It's through your body.
Through his arm.
Yeah, just the arm. You
In
can't
his
use
mind.
the hand.
Well,
like,
in his mind. I mean, they're using
He
the
uses his
brains.
hand, but it's through his mind.
but does him having the bionic hand eliminate him from being able
Look
to
at Vader.
do certain Force tasks?
Look at Vader.
No, Vader.
Like, okay.
His everything was machine.
I know, but like
he was literally
Just
the
a
subject
torso.
of
Yeah.
And head.
Metallica's song 1.
Yes.
That's Darth Vader.
I can believe
Pretty
that.
much. No, he could still see.
Because like Force lightning, you know, it goes to the hands
Yeah,
and the
sure,
fingers
yeah.
and stuff like
He
that.
could still see and talk and
Yeah.
all that, but
Could he talk?
take
Yes.
him out arms, take him out legs. Yeah,
Copyright infringement. We can take it down.
that's why I mumbled the
All I
last line.
see, all that I am.
Absolute horror. I cannot live. I cannot die. Trapped in this dark suit. Yeah.
Sounds like Darth
The
Vader.
force surrounds me.
So yeah, I'm out of complaints.
I feel like
6,
the next.
5.
I feel like we're all in. Even though we have different rankings, what's there to say about the OT that hadn't been said 1,000 times? I feel like
Agreed.
the sequel trilogy episode will be a little bit more heated than this one.
Well,
Yes.
I haven't really. I'll have to rewatch.
Because I have talked about, I don't dislike this one. I just like these more.
Mm-hmm.
The upcoming episode, I hate. I hate it.
Ooh.
7, 8, 9.
I'm like
This'll
Luke
be
and the
interesting.
Sand People when it comes to
Anakin?
7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
I hate them.
I hate them.
7, 8, 9. Pure
They're
garbage.
coarse.
They're not even a part of Star
They
Wars.
get everywhere.
They're not canon.
No, this is going to be a good conversation.
I like 7.
Okay.
I don't like 7.
We'll wait.
Okay, we need to
We'll
stop.
wait.
Stop.
We're just gonna
Okay,
stop
no,
right
we're
there.
going to stop it right there.
All right. Thanks for tuning in for your 5 a.m. brew on this wonderful Thursday. You smell that?
That's the smell of a toasted wrist.
Love the napalm smell in the morning.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
YouTube post credits? Oh,
That was really good.
That's what happened with
So
the Twin
bad.
Towers.
oh my god.
So bad. Is it too soon yet?
That was the Twin Towers.
I know, but I'm saying, is it too soon? When is it not too soon?
20 years.
Well, it's
It's
20.
been
It's
22.
22.
Yeah.
Well,
Wasn't
21.
that the South Park and was it AIDS? The AIDS joke? When did AIDS become funny?
When did AIDS become funny? It has to be about 20 years.
Yeah.
So 2000.
So from
That's
2001 to now. So yeah. It's been 2 decades.
I can't condone that. I can't condone laughing at 9/11. Oh, speaking of 9/11,
Yeah.
Tenacious D is
It's
going to
gonna
be at the
be-
Rogers Amp
Yeah, I saw that.
September 11th.
Are we getting tickies?
I'm going to get tickets
Okay.
for a show.
When do they? I think they
Yeah,
went on sale
I missed
on
the
Friday.
Nickelback tickets. $200.
Yeah, I thought we were just going to just get those.
Yeah.
I
And
missed
then I
them
texted
too
the guys, and I
because
was like,
Tanner didn't say, "Hey, we're gonna buy tickets on this day."
You didn't tell me that you were buying them. Like,
Yeah.
if you would have told me, hey, I bought mine, I would have got on there and bought them.
You know,
Oh.
it was more of a like, "Oh."
And then like
We're
a month
gonna buy
later,
the-
he's like, hey, yeah,
I got my Nickelback tickets, y'all, and we're like, "Oh, well, let's see if we can get tickets." Fucking
$200.
no. Yeah, fuck that. From 35,
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't pay.
paid $35
I don't
ticket.
think it was even. Was it?
That's how much
I'll-
lawn tickets are.
It was 50, wasn't it? You paid
After
like 50.
taxes and
50.
everything.
I
Yeah,
think we paid 50
Yeah.
each.
taxes
Yeah.
and fees.
It's 200 a piece now.
That's outrageous.
It's fucking
Well, I mean,
bullshit.
after we talked about it, I thought we would all just independently do
Yeah.
it.
Oh well,
So
that
we
was,
did.
I know, that was, I
we needed more coordination.
Because I really wanted to go see Nickelback.
Well, I'll film it for you guys.
Thank you.
And it's
You-
not the
but we're
same.
saying Tenacious D.
I'm going to be there.
Okay. Well,
So
even
just get y'all.
I think tickets are actually on sale right now.
Are they?
Oh, let me
Probably.
look. I'll look right now.
Yeah, there's no way I'm missing
Okay,
a chance
bye.
on Tenacious D.
See you later.
I'm not going to keep filming.
Bye.